our videos of our trip to the Grand Canyon, and I found out that during the summer, March 1st on, there was only bus service out to Hermit's Rest. And I can see why, because that's a fantastic part of the Grand Canyon. It's not as wide, but it's cavernous. It's deep, deep, deep. And I'm going to have to come back in February before they close the road off March 1st for just shuttle service, and be able to drive up there and stop at all the fantastic viewpoints at that end of the Grand Canyon and show you that. But I kind of did a spur of the moment, jump on the shuttle and go out there to Hermit's Rest and walk back a ways and then jump on the return shuttle. And it takes pretty much the day to do that on the shuttle service, because the shuttle service is more or less a milk run. And so just plan on spending the day just getting out there and traveling, walking, hiking at various points to be picked up, returned, or whatever direction you're going to. So that's fair warning. So yeah, I'm going to go up there, and I think next February, weather and road conditions permitting, and see the Grand Canyon not only in snow possibly, but be able to take my time and see that part of the canyon in more depth and easier pace. Okay, well, I hope you guys will enjoy this little snippet of Hermit's Rest, and will continue to follow us on our spring trip. Like Kate and I always say, we wish you happy trails and woof woof. So enjoy. Well, today I jumped on the shuttle out to Hermit's Rest, a totally different area of the canyon, and I think a more dramatic representation of the canyon itself. At the end of this ride is just a simple gift shop and a little place to get a sandwich and something hot to drink. But like everything here, it's built out of the native rocks and is quite artistic. Here's Hermit's Rest. We'll go inside and I'll show you what it's like. There's quite a view of the canyon at this end. Taking the shuttle, it's about a 80-minute ride round trip from the village where the visitor center is, and it makes 9 stops on the way to Hermit's Rest. You could spend a day easily here, jumping off and on as you ride along the rim on the shuttle. Now let's go inside. Got a large fireplace here. Got the counter where you order your little sandwiches or hot drinks and snacks. Then of course we got all kinds of souvenirs galore.
Oh, okay, with the boys. With the boys, yeah, and the grape, the salt and pepper hair. Yeah, I know you do. You can't get into that.
Nice and cozy in here. But this is the stop at the end of the line, Hermit's Rest. Another view of Hermit's Rest. You can see the smokestack made out of stone up there at the top in the windows. The other side is where you approach from where the shuttles drop you off. Then there's a short walk out I just did to a point. But the majority of the sites are just around here. The views of the canyon from Hiker's Rest is fantastic, to say the least. It's a must-see destination if you have time in the Grand Canyon. Just plan for a full day. exploring this side, taking the shuttles off and on out the 9-mile trip to the rest spot here. If you want to walk the trail, here's some mileage markers to let you know. You can hike back to different points where the red bus stops, drops people off, and picks them up. The trails along the cliffs here coming out to Hermit's Rest, if you want to walk, some is paved about 3-4 feet wide, and then it just becomes loose rubble about 2 feet wide on the edge, and I mean the edge of the cliff. They keep telling you to be very careful hiking on the dirt trail because it's a free fall, about 4,000 to 7,000 feet down. So it's something you don't do when acting silly. Here's some kind of it looks almost like a kiln, but there's nothing on it to explain what it is. But there's some odd things up here. No information on how old they are or what their source or use was. But this is an idea of what some of the trail is. Of course, this is not like right on the edge like some of the trails are, but there is no protection, no guardrail. It's just, well, it's a free fall. You can see it's very, very deep here at this end of the canyon. The road to Hermit's Rest is only open to the public up to March 1st. And then it's shuttle only. And I can see why. It's a spectacular part of the canyon and very more isolated than the southern rim farther down by the visitor center. And you have more views looking down into the canyon where you can actually see the Colorado going through it. But yeah, this is pretty fantastic. I'll have to come back in February when I can drive out here to this spot before it's closed to the public and only shuttle bus. Well, I'm going to walk from Hermit's Rest on what starts out as a blacktop path heading east, going back. There's about 4 different stops on the way, or the bus heading back to civilization will pick you up and take you back to the visitor center. So that's what I'm working. I wanted to get to the very end first, and then I can walk back to different points and jump on it and go home if I want. I checked on, there goes the bus now. I checked on Kate. Kate's doing fine. She's sleeping in the RV. So I'm going to continue down here and enjoy the mountains. At some points along the trail, you can look down and see the Colorado filling the gorge as it flows through the Grand Canyon. I can see how a good time to be out here is before high noon when the sun's directly above, because then it would really shine on the Colorado down below and you could easily see it in the sunlight. There are so many places where you just have to stop and pull out the camera and take a picture of the mighty Colorado River cutting its way through the Grand Canyon. There's the Colorado down there, and there's some white water too. Let's zoom in. Yeah, going through there, all the way through. Well, I'm on this 1.25 mile path from the Hermit's Rest, heading east back to civilization, and I'm gonna hike as far as I can to one of the farthest spots where I can get a shuttle going back. But there's a little wayside area. I'm on my way to a point called Pima Point, and there's still areas along the way where you can just cut off and see views like this behind me. the mighty Colorado going through the Grand Canyon. Well, here I am at Pima Point, the last stop on the shuttle before you arrive at Hermit's Rest. But I'm going in the opposite direction. So now I'm going to stop at all these places along the trail and enjoy the view on the way back. Back on the bus, going back to the village. And you can see the Colorado down there at certain times. Out, we saw 2 elk grazing in the woods. See that dirt path? That is right on the edge of the cliffs. And back we are to the connection that will take us back to the village where Kate is waiting for me in the RV. So now I know what Hermit's Rest Road is like, and I certainly want to be able to bring my own vehicle here. Seems even the elk here at Grand Canyon National Park have to wait in line to use the bathrooms. There's something about the bathrooms here that they sure seem infatuated with. I don't know if it's smell or what. Well, that was a pretty exciting excursion there. I left on the bus about 1 o'clock. Kept tabs on Kate on the surveillance, and she was just snoozing away. as she always does, waiting for me to come back. And it is now about almost 5:30. Oh, well, I think the west rim is beautiful. It's not as vast, wide across, but it makes up for that in its depth and the deepness of the gorge and the outstanding views of the Colorado digging its way through it. Other than that, you spend a lot of time on the shuttle buses. Okay, here we are, home.